Hey lady, come along with me. Let's get together. Come on and see. Hey, welcome to the Lady Glow Up Show. Hello, ladies. This is your girl, Asia Crawford here. And today I am going to be talking about... Let's bring the mic back. I was so close. Today, we're going to be talking about why I am a prepper. I know that I talk about prepping a lot and the bug out bags, the inch bags, the survivalist stuff, yada, yada, yada. But I feel like not a lot of people have a honest to real conversation as to why they're preppers. I understand that some people see others out there that do prepping because it's in their blood, or do prepping because of a national disaster that they were involved in, yada, yada, yada. But I have not heard a lot in the female perspective of preppers. I will definitely list down below some female preppers that I enjoy looking at, enjoy watching them talk about their bags, what they're doing with their life, and just gaining information and inspiration. I'll link them down below. But, hold on. I'm sorry, I had to drink. But I just haven't heard a lot from female preppers. I feel like prepping is more of like that man thing, and it's the women that are just in the corner behind their man, even though women are honestly prepping every day. They're preppers every single day. Like, we're the only people, women, and not even women, I'll dare say some men, some gay men, even they prepare. And we prepare for things like our periods coming up. We prepare for kids, or like little tiny children spitting up in the car. I remember my grandma, she always had an extra pair of like underwear. Like, she always had like a pair of underwear, clothes, shirts, anything when we were children, just in case we would spit up. We don't have that anymore. People do not do that anymore. And yet adults are like the main ones who are, I'm not saying spitting up, but we get messy. Like, we accidentally spill shit on our shirts, but we don't have an extra shirt in our car. Why do we not no longer do that? Why? Anyway, we prepare for our children. We prepare for ourselves and our periods. We even prepare for sex. We have condoms in our bags, gentlemen. We do. It's just, this might be a little controversial, but I always say that a guy should carry the condoms, because how am I supposed to know the size of your penis? Like, what if I'm just carrying magnums and you're really just a small, thin guy? How do you expect me to know the size of your penis? Like, can you at least be prepared to have sex, in that aspect? But now I learned a little while ago that there are actual female condoms. So if you don't have a condom, I'll just go to the bathroom and I'll just put one in, and we can just keep going and have ourselves a joy time. But that's not what this video is about. It's about, why am I a prepper? Now, I don't feel like anyone should have a reason, or not a reason to prep, but there are different categories of preppers. There are people who prep because the Bible said there's the rapture coming. People prep because there might be an EMP, electromagnetic pulse, that's going to come up. Some people prep for a historical or terrorist disaster. Some people prep for a natural disaster like a hurricane or like the movie Day After Tomorrow with Jake Gyllenhaal, where it like froze and then it like rained and everyone almost died, or most people died. But you know what I mean. Some people prepare for a variety of things. I do not prepare for any specific thing. I prepare for just shit hitting the fan. Because I don't feel like people can 100% prepare for a specific disaster. I feel like it's almost counterintuitive because not every disaster is going to go the way we mentally plan it in our minds. Even with zombie disasters, like what kind of zombie are we going to be potentially dealing with? Are we going to deal with like Zombie Z? Or no, what is it? The one with Brad Pitt, World War Z. Are we going to deal with those type of zombies? Are we going to deal with Z Nation zombies where they change different types every season? Or are we just going to deal with the Walking Dead type of zombies? We don't know. We don't know. So I don't think people can really prepare for any specific type of thing. So that's where I come in. I see myself as an eclectic prepper. I prep for simply things not going the way things normally go. When shit hits the fan, that's what I prepare for. And why am I a prepper? Like I said before, as a female, I have been ingrained to prepare for things. Prepare for my period. Prepare for my makeup and my face getting oily as shit. Women and myself have been ingrained to prepare for things. Like, we've been the ones, like, ever since we were younger, we were the ones planning shit. Like, we plan the birthday parties. I remember I saw on a TikTok on Mother's Day where this family was like, oh, let's do a barbecue for the mothers in our lives. And you know who was doing most of the work? The women were doing most of the work for their own fucking Mother's Day party. That's how much planning has been ingrained in the female system. So I have always been a planner. I've always been a prepper in that sense, but I also love to plan things. Planning and prepping are basically the same thing. You are preparing for what is to come. That is a planner and that is a prepper. I used to I was a part of the planner community, the planner girl community. I had my stationery. I had my weekly planner. I had my monthly planner. I had my day planner. I used to have Erin Condren. I used to make my own planners and the PDF, all that other shit. I got to, what is that? Michael's planners. Like, I was a planner. I had a traveler's notebook planning, all that other stuff. I was a planner. Okay? I was. And then, well, it wasn't then, because this is just what has happened throughout the years. So I was a planner, which equals prepper to me. And then one of, like, my favorite genre of movies are horror movies, especially like TV apocalypse type of movies and TV shows. And I would always think to myself, what would I do in those situations? And I feel like Black people do this too. Like, oh gosh, I don't know. I'm legit just like talking and spewing how I feel, and it's just coming up right now. But I feel like as a Black woman, I have ingrained planning and prepper DNA inside of me. Does that make sense? I hope it makes sense, because I just have like the feeling of saying that, because, you know, we had to plan to escape slavery. Like, we had to, you know, plan to go north. Like, we had to look up at the stars to figure out shit. Do you think white people were really looking at the stars to figure out shit? Do you think they were really figuring that shit out? They might have. I don't fucking know. But, like, we had to do that. So I feel like prepping and planning and being a prepper is ingrained in Black society. It's just that we have not used it in a sense of quote unquote prepping, you know? Like, we have always planned and prepared for worst case scenarios, and we have always been ingrained to have that sense of common sense. So that's why I say all that after I talked about horror and apocalypse movies and TV shows, is because Black people are always the ones that know what not to do. We know that if we were in that situation, we would not there would not be a movie because we would not be that stupid. And the first thing that comes to mind with me is the Texas Chainsaw movie where Jessica Biel is in it, where if I was there, if any Black person was there, no one would have picked the bitch up. No one would have picked her up. I understand this is like in the 70s, and like the 70s people used to pick up other people, but I do not care. Black people, even during those times, knew not to pick up people. We just knew not to fucking do that. Especially some random white bitch. No, we would be like, that is jail time. Me looking at her is automatic jail, so I'm going to leave her ass there. And when we get into the next town, I'm going to call the police and be like, hey, I was on Highway 22 and there's some random girl in distress. Maybe I'll need to look at that. I did not help. I know that sounds mean and terrible, but I don't fucking care. So why don't you do your fucking job and go help this random white bitch who is in the middle of fucking nowhere? That's what I would have done. You know what? I don't even think it's just Black people. I feel like minorities in general know not to do fuckery shit. And that's where prepping came to me. It's like, what would I do in these apocalypse situations? And the more that I thought of it, the more I realized that, hey, this sounds like me planning some shit. Like, oh, listen, what I would do X, Y, Z. I would not have gone in that door. I would not go in that room to fucking investigate. I have no reason to investigate. Why are we investigating shit, Jessica? No, we don't need to do that shit. Let's go. We can investigate it in the morning where there's lights and I can see in the nooks and crannies of everywhere around me. You know? I think that I became a real prepper in the sense is when, I think it was when I started watching The Tribe. And if you want to go see another video of like the top like videos to watch before you become a prepper, I'll have a link down below. But I think it was when I saw The Tribe, that is when I realized that, wow, what the hell would I do if I was in this mall? Like, what would I do if I had to deal with these crazed, zoot-loving radicals? Like, what would I do? Would I be like Trudy? Would I be like Lex? God, would I be like Ebony? Like, who the fuck would I be like? I feel like that was the start of me thinking of what would I do in that type of situation. And throughout the years and throughout like all the economic distress, through the pandemic, all of this other stuff. And I had a prepper mindset way before the pandemic. So I'm not blaming the pandemic for me becoming a prepper. I just think that it heightened me and it made me think more of, oh, what is my future going to look like? I got weight loss surgery because I wanted to plan my future. I wanted to know and say, hey, I want to have kids one day with this certain type of person. What do I have to do to make that a reality? Oh, plan it out. I got to lose weight. Oh, I got to go to England because that's where most of the English guys are. So plan to move to England. Oh, if I'm going to go to England, then I need to either find a job there or have my own set of income, aka doing this life coaching thing, trying to find, like, do affiliate marketing, do YouTube, do Spotify, all this stuff. It's prepping for the future that I want. That is why and where my prepping lies within me. So, what am I gonna do if shit hits the fucking wall? if shit hits the fucking wall. If shit hits the fan. My plan, which is honestly, I can have a plan. Everyone can have a set plan, but everyone, if you're starting off planning, or if you're starting off prepping, or if you've been prepping for years, there's no such thing as you going straight through plan A. You are going to have to do some, like, there has to be, like, plan A.5 or some shit like that, or A.1, because shit always happens. Shit always happens that fucks up your plan. Like, people get out of their cars when shit hits the fan. Like, I was in a tunnel with my sister yesterday, or on Saturday, and I was thinking, oh my God, what if there was a hole in this tunnel? How would we get out? And the logical thought would be, oh, well, we would just keep driving. And my thought, again, was we would not just keep driving, Asia, because there would be a dumbass in the front who would get the fuck out of their cars instead of driving. Because people are that stupid. So, right now, as I'm speaking, as I'm sitting at my desk in Virginia, my plan is to basically bug in. That's basically my plan. I have some food around me, not around me, but I got some food hidden away. I got some water, I'm also planning on creating a garden in the back so I can be self-sufficient, and that is my plan. That is as specific as my plan gets. Okay, I have absolutely no reason to start going anywhere to bug out. I don't need to bug out. Where the fuck am I gonna go? Like, I don't have an outside plan on, bugging out. I mean, I have family that lives up north. I got family that lives down south. So if any shit starts, like, fucking up to where I am, like, I'm in the middle. I'm in the middle of Virginia, so if the South comes up clutch and I gotta go upstate, I'll do that. If shit starts coming down from the North, I'll have to go down to the South. You just never know. So my plan right now is to bug in and mind my own fucking business. And my plan for the first 3 months is to stay the fuck inside. Because what happens is people are going to start going ape shit the first month, or the first 3 months. The first 3 months, people are going to start going ape shit. They're going to think that they're big, bad, and fucking beautiful up in this bitch. They're going to start rioting. They're going to start killing police officers, military people, like any type of... They're going to start loitering, all that other stuff, okay? I'm not going to be a part of that, because that's where people die for no fucking reason. That's where people die. And then the 3 to 6 months, this is when people naturally die off, hashtag natural selection type of shit, where people do not bathe themselves, so they get infections, like, in their area. People get infections in their mouths because they don't brush their teeth. They have, like, an infected tooth that, like, goes into their mind, gets infected, and they just die. People start drinking infectious water because they don't know how to purify shit. Little things like that are survival things that you learn. People are just going to naturally die off of. They're just going to naturally die off of. So I'm not going to be a part of that. I'm going to stay inside. I'm going to stay my ass at home. So 6 months, I'm going to be at the fuck in my house, lock the hell in, and that's it. That's it. period. No, I have no need, nor want, nor desire to have to go outside for any fucking thing. Not me. And I told my grandma about this. I did. I told my grandma about this, and I told her that when shit is at its last brink, when it's the last of the last, where there's no good reason for me to stay at home, where I have to move on, I told her that I was going to kill her. Y'all might be thinking, oh my God, Asia, that is fucking terrible. I know it's a little terrible, but my grandma, she can't walk on her own. We would have to like wheelchair her everywhere we go. And she's like 75. She's lived on Earth for like a whole 75 years. I think it would be okay for her to go. So I told her, I was like, I will kill you before I leave. You know, I wouldn't just leave her here by herself. I would kill her. I would have that burden on me. Like, let's say like all my family comes and stays in one house. Like, I would be the one to kill her. I've already planned this in my mind. I already made a plan for this, y'all. Like this is what I would do. Okay. I would give her some drugs so she would die slowly and in her sleep, you know, peaceful. And then I would get some rations, you know, in like a big, huge, like weather resistant tub, you know what I mean? And I would just dig a big ass hole, put the rations in, and then I would put her body on top of the rations, and then I would bury her in the backyard. So just in case I come through back at my house, I could be like, hey, I got some food and some rations. We'll go and dig it up. That's what I would do. Because that's what I heard pirates used to do. They used to like dig their treasure all the way down, bury a dog or some animal, and then bury it more. And when people were searching for shit, it was either that or other bodies. I don't know. I don't know whether it was like treasure with pirates or people who murdered other people to conceal like the smell of death when dogs would just go and search for dead bodies. I don't know which is which, but that's what I'm going to do. That's my plan. If there was an apocalypse in the next year or so, that's Asia's plan. I know I joke about like killing my grandma and yada yada yada. I don't say that to be funny, nor do I say that in a lighthearted manner. Killing someone you love for either the betterment of the group or the betterment of survival is a very difficult thing, and I don't take it lightly. Like, I will cry and be next to my grandma as she leaves and goes to the afterlife. It's not a fun thing to do, but if you are a prepper, or if you are a survivalist in any capacity, or if you're just a human being, you're going to have to be able to deal and understand and have empathy for one, people who have to do that, and two, for you to do that. I would not want you in my group if you think me killing my grandma in the light of a shit hits the fan situation, if you thought of me as an evil human being. I don't want you in my group if you think the situation that I just said was a terrible thing to do. I wouldn't want you there, because those type of people who says that, oh my God, Asia, you are disgusting, you're terrible, I would never do that to my grandma. They would be the ones to conceal a bite mark in a zombie apocalypse. They would be the ones that would hide their wives or not baby mamas, but would hide their wives who got bitten. What's that movie called? The Day of the Dead? I think it was The Day of the Dead, where the guy hid his pregnant wife from everybody because she was bitten and turned into a zombie. I will never want him in my group because he does not have the forethought, nor does he have the care for the life of himself, nor the life of other people. And I don't want to fuck with people like that. I mean, if I got bit, I would be like, listen, y'all need to go. I will hold the zombie horde off. Y'all need to leave. Listen, I got bit. I'm going to turn into a zombie. Either I turn into a zombie now, or I'm going to turn into a zombie 3 or 5 days from now. Regardless, you don't want me around you. So, clink, clink, get the fuck on. I'll hold the door. I'll be Hodor. Like, I just feel like people need to have a certain mindset before talking ill towards people who do prep and talking ill to people who believe in conspiracies and other shit like that. So, that is the very long reason why I'm a prepper, and my little prepping plan, my loose prepping plan for you guys. Thank you for listening. Please comment and subscribe to the channel and follow me on all social media platforms at The Lady and Company. I hope you guys have a wonderful day, and I'll talk to you later. Mwah. Bye.